All right, guys, welcome back to the Spin Zone podcast with me, Cake Eater, and we also got Vile and a special guest today. We got Wacko Carnival. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good.
Gucci gang.
Sounds awesome. And also, we have another very special guest, a Minnesota native, but he decided to up his roots and move all the way to the Tennessee area. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Elder. How are you? How are things over in your area today?
Hot today. But besides that, no, it's going good.
Nice, man. So yeah, this is just a little interview, little portion, kind of get to know you as a blader because you were talking yourself up. So now you gotta kind of show it up, man.
Damn. Put him on the spot, huh?
Hey, no,
Put me on the spot. Put me on the spot.
Man, he was blowing up my messages. Like, man, I'm the top blader here in Tennessee. No one can beat me.
All right.
I'm this and that. Look at him go. He's just vibing, and I love it.
Specifically Middle Tennessee. It's a big state.
What you're telling me, Cake, is that his name isn't just Elder, it's actually Elder Jesse Lee. Okay.
Hey, he could be the Jesse Lee of the Tennessee.
Oh my God, I'm done.
Well, that's the episode, guys. Welcome. All right. So, Elder, if you would like to kind of have the floor right now to introduce yourself, tell everyone a little bit about yourself and how you kind of got into the game, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, my name's Elder. My blader name is Johan. I've been a Middle Tennessee TO for it's going to be a year and a half now. I am one of the co-founders of the Middle Tennessee Beyblade League. I am one of the main organizers for the Middle Tennessee circuits for the Nashville and surrounding area. We have tournaments every month. We have like 3 league tournaments, and then we have super fun limited events each month. We have a team tournament next month, and then after that we're going to do an Inazuma Cup. We just got done with an Inazuma Cup. We love 2 main spots here in Nashville is Middle Tennessee Gaming. Shout out to Middle Tennessee Gaming for sponsoring. They have been the best grassroots program that we could even ask for. They have put so much faith in us. They not only welcomed us in hosting events, but also they went as far as to obtain official Tatara Tomy products wholesale and sell them at their store for us. And
Nice.
they've been amazing. We get almost every single release ever since the Emperor Might deck set. Unfortunately, due to the scalping and stuff, and all the shortages, the Dran Strike sets,
Just a random
we only got 8.
Man,
Oh no! I'm still waiting on mine.
man, I don't have mine yet.
You've got yours? Where's yours at?
I'm getting it on Saturday. I'm getting it tomorrow. Damn.
Oh man.
From where?
Somebody from our area that I'm buying.
Oh,
yeah, I got mine from Bays and Bricks, and I haven't got anything.
Oh, the origin of yours is from Spin City, Cake.
Sounds good to me. Hey,
shout out to Spin.
Oh yeah, Spin City is awesome.
Yeah, our sponsors besides Middle Tennessee Gaming, Bay Warehouse has been amazing. They've been sponsoring us recently as of like 2 months ago. Bays and Bricks and Mall of Toys have Bays and Bricks have been sponsoring us longer than Bay Warehouse and Mall of Toys. But yeah, shout out to them. Love Bay Warehouse. They were one of the very few individuals that decided to give us some recognition down here, especially because we're a growing scene. We've been around officially for like the league almost a year, and then unofficially we've been doing things for over a year.
Yeah, so that's impressive that in over a year time we talked a little bit before we kind of started this episode that you're kind of getting in between like the mid 30s pretty consistently, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, that huge bursts of attendees have really come down to two main things. Middle Tennessee Gaming helping us so much with obtaining product and accessibility to our players. So if we get new people will come in and they see what we're doing, it's like, oh, I've been doing that ever since I was like 12 years old with the plastic jet, metal fight, so on and so forth. So accessibility from Middle Tennessee has been amazing, because when you come in and you see like 12 bladers on every Tuesday night, just more than 12 bladers every Tuesday night, just playing and having fun, like, of course, we're going to have amazing numbers consistently. That has been one. And then also just putting out the word, like, I went like Aaron Burr. I was going to each TCG store, dropping flyers for our tournaments, making sure that we're visible to people, and making sure that we have like a youth division and have accessibility for kids as well.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, honestly. Just get some
Yeah,
flyers.
very cool.
Yeah, make it rain and everything up in some card stores, some nerd
Hey,
places.
hey,
and
Egg does make it rain. Okay, let's respect Egg.
Yeah, I've got one of
Yeah.
his old flyers laying around somewhere in this room.
Yeah, Egg's always printing flyers. He's just
Oh yeah. Yeah, so getting a community started is definitely one of the hardest parts. So kind of how did you, besides trying to find a venue and everything, what do you think the hardest part of starting a community definitely in your opinion was?
So the way that everything started here in Middle Tennessee, specifically Nashville, that really sparked the fire was before I came into the scene. There was about two individuals that are part of the community and there's the vice president and the secretary. I'm currently the president of the league. Those two individuals, Ricky and Bob, started just a random tournament because they were like talking online. It was like, hey, there's nothing here, so they just went to like a local park in a like in a suburban area, and the HOA kicked them out mid tournament, and they had to
What?
finish it. Yeah,
No
crazy because it was
way.
too loud outside, I guess. But HOA type stuff. So then they went to somebody's garage and finished it there, and that was with like 8 people. And then from there, they started getting connection with our second most popular location is the Next Level Games in Madison, Tennessee. It's just a little bit north of Nashville. It's in, let's see, it's like St. Paul, Roseville. That's how close it is. And when they started going there, that's how I heard about it. I was like, oh, I started playing some Beyblades at the GameStop right next to where I worked at the time. And one of my friends like, hey, did you see that they were making them out of metal again? And I'm like, oh, that's super cool. Then I started getting into it, bought the Hasbro black green stadium and just started playing. And then I went to the TNLG tournament, and I got second on my first tournament. And from there I've been going at it, helping build the league, get sponsors, and our biggest event tomorrow is going to be at a KaiCon right there.
Oh,
Oh, sick.
pretty
Yeah.
dope.
yeah, we can
So
kind of
how-
talk about that
so
a
let me-
little bit later.
Yeah, well, I have a question about it now. Let me ask you real quick because I feel like this is a good question. I'm sure there's a lot of organizers out there, or just a lot of people who would love to run a Beyblade tournament at a convention. So do you want to give a little insight as to what the process was for you, at least in your situation, to get a hold of the convention, to set everything up, getting everything kind of sorted out?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go back to one of the few things that I said, that canvassing and having these tournaments at TCG stores was probably the epitome of what really helped us. Because one tournament that I unfortunately I wasn't able to attend, but it was at the Next Level Games store, and one of the KaiCon tournament organizers that organizes the event in Lebanon. In terms of how close Lebanon and Nashville is, it's Minneapolis to Woodbury. That's how far the con is.
This guy
And they were like, "Hey, I'm giving you
Man,
guys
you locked in with
visuals."
that Minnesota language. I love it,
Yeah.
dude.
So yeah, no, they came to a tournament with one of their kids, and there was like, "Hey, would you guys be interested in running a tournament at our convention, and then we started talking. We got in a group chat on Discord asking like what they needed from us and what they wanted from us, and they accommodated so many of our requests. I asked them
That's
like, hey,
nice.
we're gonna need a lot of space. Like, how much space can you give us? And they were willing to give us a premier spot in the game hall. And when you walk into the game hall, it's just 12 Beyblade stadiums. Had just the first thing you see, it's just a bunch of people playing. And planning that took a while because we not only had to get the resources, we had to get
Hmm.
judges, and all of that really came into fruition the past couple months. Like we to get judges, we asked our community. Like I told them like, hey, for this to happen, we need like accessibility for the players that need to be there to make it happen. For specifically like judges, I was like, is it possible that you can give us like 20 badges for our staff? And 20 badges for a con is a lot of money because each badge
Hmm.
is like $40 to $60. That's 24 60 times 20, that's a loss. But also at the same time, it's going to be increasing their numbers in attendance. Ultimately, that's how we really went in. Is like if you give us this many badges, we can guarantee that we can get 64 people in the game room in the game hall on that Saturday, and 64 people going to be in the tournament with already bought tickets, and then on top of that, it's going to be $10 for the entry. That's already going to give us so much price support, just from the cost. We are lucky to have Mall of Toys and Bays and Bricks to sponsor it, and specifically Middle Tennessee Gaming. They're there vending Beyblades. If so, today was our first day. We went in there and we had a bunch of stadiums, and because we had staff, we were able to have 8 people there teaching people how to play Beyblades, running
That's
mini
awesome.
brackets, we got a bunch of prizing. I sent you the poster. We were
Yep.
able to get
Yeah, let me pull it up
um
right now. So for those who
yeah.
are actually watching it right now, this is the poster that he is talking about, and the prizes are really good. First place is a Aero Pegasus and $70 to Mall of Toys and $35 to Bays and Bricks.
Ooh, not
Damn.
bad.
Yeah. Then second place is a Delta Pegasus. Is that and a Dran Strike or is that or a
Anna
Dran
Dran Strike, yeah.
and a Dran Strike? Okay.
Yeah, a lot of it is thankfully like we were able to charge. That was a big thing. Like we were able to charge for this event, but also Middle Tennessee Gaming was so kind to not only sponsor but provide a lot of the prize support. Like all those Delta boosters, they were provided by them,
Yeah. So
and that's over 10 Delta boosters and the Drawn Strike sets they were able to get for us.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
second
nice.
place.
Those are tough to get these days.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then
Delta boosters are really hard to get. That's 100% true.
And then our league, because we were able to start becoming liquid the past couple months, we decided to have free mini tournaments today at the con. So we had like 8-person single elimination bracket. Winner got a ripcord and a double pack or a booster. And we had 4 of those today. And then we had a raffle. We gave away a Drop Attack Stadium today. We have a paid raffle this weekend. Where if you notice, we have like a whole bunch of stuff, but we actually got super lucky because next to the con, there's a liquidation store, and the liquidation store had $20 drop attack stadiums and $5 boosters of Keel Shark with 160, Keel Shark with 360, so, uh, Unicorn Sting, $5. Like it was
Sounds like
crazy how much stuff they had.
yeah, sounds
So
like
we
a
Okay.
got
lot.
pretty lucky with Hasbro pricing there.
Yeah, man. That's so you definitely stocked up on all the prizing just right next door, and how convenient is that? That's super cool actually.
Super convenient. Honestly, I was on Facebook Marketplace because I was like, we need more prizes. And today, I think y'all are gonna go crazy for this. One of the voice actors that's there at the con is a Beyblade Burst voice actor. What did MTG recently get in stock? The Storm Spriggan Storm Spriggan X over project, she happily signed it
Oh,
for us,
Oh, no
shit.
way.
and
That's
it's gonna
cool.
be a prize tomorrow.
Oh, that's
Um,
so cool.
it was so cool. I literally went up to her. I was like, "Hey, my name's Elder. I'm the tournament organizer for the Beyblade tournament. You are one of the voice actors for The Last Generation. Um, unfortunately, like we're a nonprofit, we can't really give you much or pay a lot. Would you be willing to sign this for us?" And she was like, "Oh yeah." And I literally sprinted to my car, grabbed one of the X over projects, and I was like, "Hey, here it is." She was like super excited. She was like, "Oh, let me take a picture of this." So yeah, she signed it. And then she was like, "What color should I do?" And I was like, "Yeah, do it in blue."
I think it looks pretty sharp as
So
blue.
a lot of things are coming together very well. Um, from our community support, people having the ability to not pay the our staff, not pay the entry for staff, made it possible for tomorrow for us to have almost 16 judges that are
Wow.
going to be able to be there at each pool.
Oh,
So we're gonna have a rotation of having these tournaments, this tournament to go smoothly. Because it's gonna be 64 people, we organize it into two different pools and then top 32 and then top 8. Oh, and we're also gonna be streaming it.
Oh, sick.
wow.
Mhm.
That's wonderful.
So is this
That's what's up.
is
Where
this a Friday
where can we
through
find this
Sun-
stream?
Oh,
Yes. So I am gonna let you guys know right now. I'm gonna send you the link real quick. It is going to be one of our community members. Honestly, like if it wasn't for our community, I don't think this tournament would have been able to happen. It's going to be Rakdos Punk 19, RAKDOS PVNK 19 at twitch.com. We're going to be streaming it on Saturday. Saturday, the tournament starts at noon, and hopefully we get done before 5.
mhm. Yeah, so let me go ahead and share it to the chat as well so you guys can go ahead and uh hopefully subscribe or go ahead and follow that Twitch channel and watch this really cool thing that's going to be happening live tomorrow. So what time can they go ahead and check it out at?
So our registration pre-check is starting at 11:30, and we should have the stream up and running by tournament start around 12:15. It's a con, so we're gonna give a little some people some leeway from being late, only for
Mhm.
first round. Because we want to make sure there's a lot of things going on at a con and they might not miss it. They might miss it. We want to make sure that we clear out as many drops as possible and make sure that going into the second and third round we'll be able to run it pretty smooth.
Right. So is this a Friday through Sunday thing or is it just a Friday Saturday thing?
Yeah, so today we were there. We're going to be there all day tomorrow for the tournament, and then because Sundays for a con are typically very short, we're going to be
Mhm.
there as well.
So it's
But the
literally
main event is Saturday.
right. So you basically have a full weekend just full of Beyblades, which is
Full of
fantastic.
Beyblades. Mhm.
And you can't really ask for a better weekend, at least in my opinion. We're gonna be doing that in like 2 weeks. We're going to Chicago for that big Midwest hurricane event going on over there, and it's gonna be a blast. Wacko and I are part of a team with another one of our local members, Joe Star, and then they got Metal Fight, they got the solo tournament and everything. It's gonna be a blast. There's I think as of right now in the solos like almost 100 people last time I checked. So it's probably pushing that 100 mark right now.
That's pretty sick.
Mhm. Yeah.
Also, Wacko, your team abandoned you.
Oh, it's a team tournament.
Yeah, Wacko's team can't go to Chicago with him.
Mm. Yeah, so he'll have to do
Am
what
I the only one missing the context here? Oh, yeah, you mean my local team. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
your
can't
local
go.
Yes,
team.
yes. That's what I meant. Battleship and Baytastic.
Nope, they can't make it. I'm a
That's-
floater now.
Yeah, Joe Star and I will just have to fill in. I mean, I have an Izzy hat that I could be Battleship. But
True.
yeah. Anyway, back to like your whole Tennessee and everything community. Like, is it really just you kind of really holding the strings together? Because you saying that you're like the best blader there in Tennessee. So
I can confidently say that currently I am.
currently,
So our league, the Middle Tennessee Beyblade League, we have a board, we have a cabinet. Currently the president, we have a vice president, a a secretary, and we just voted in a treasurer to manage our funds. And then we're going to be putting together a social media team this coming month that we can really push content a little bit more, get like Instagram here in Nashville. We
Mhm.
first started with TikTok, and TikTok is not huge in Nashville. Instagram was really where we really started getting a lot of momentum. And we have a board, about 14 people on our board
Oh wow.
that are willing to be there at a tournament, helping run tournaments. And one of the jobs of being a league member is you have to judge, and we have reliable judges that we can trust, and making sure that we don't we're not in a tournament and someone needs to challenge something because they don't have a judge. So we're really fortunate um that we have a committed community and are so willing to grow.
Right. Yeah, and trying to find people that actually want to put in the work to make the community grow is probably the hardest part. But once you get that
Mhm.
going, getting a community is so reassuring. It's so great to feel and see just it expanding. And you could probably see that just in the short amount of time that you've been putting the Middle Tennessee community together.
Mhm.
And that,
Yeah, it was really tough to start because we were like struggling to break 15 sometimes. Um, and that's just when we started. I remember our first tournament at Middle Tennessee Gaming, our very first one, we got like 14. And now our biggest one that we've ever done has been 38, and that was like a month ago. So really making sure pushing the interests up
mhm.
front is like just the most important part. Middle Tennessee Gaming puts our posters right in the front door. On TNLG, puts it on the cash registers. That's like the first thing you see when you go to the cash register for
Hmm.
Beyblade tournaments. And honestly, everybody in our community is so willing to help us grow and be the person in charge of that growth is
Mhm.
so important.
It is. Yeah, like we said, we have a guy that helps make posters for a lot of our big events, like our big event that we just had earlier this month. He made like a tons of posters, flyers, and everything, and we just spread those out. And we almost kept both of those events, which is so awesome to see. And it was literally a 12-hour day of just ripping Beyblades, but it was a blast.
Those tournaments were awesome.
Oh, both, yeah. And I bet you, Wacko, I bet you were mentally drained after that because he judged the whole
Oh my
time.
goodness. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did. He
If you
did
guys
all
do
day.
WBO up there, we do BBAX rule set down here.
Oh, really? That's
Oh,
cool.
Yeah.
oh,
I was
okay.
actually about
So
to ask what rule
yeah,
sets.
yeah. So there's a pretty big divide. I think we're one of the very few BBAX like circuits that consistently do BBAX. And that's just how we started because like Ricky, like I mentioned, they were that first tournament was a BBX tournament, and from there on, like that was the one that became a really good point for accessibility for us because I've tried to be a WBO organizer. I've submitted my application like 3 4 times, and I'm like, we have the people, we have the growth, and they haven't accepted my application. One of
Hmm.
our other community members have applied, and we just can't get in the door. And
That's wild.
we're Tennessee. Then there's Alabama. Alabama is a huge WBO state. So Birmingham, and then the Pacific. I don't know what they're called. Give me a second. Gulf Coast. Gulf Coast. Down south, they're huge. Like tomorrow, they're having a huge tournament. Their cap is like 125 for a Baycon qualifier.
Oh, are you talking about that one they've been advertising in the Florida server too? I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, the one first place gets a blue Pegasus. Everybody in Top Code gets a shark scale.
Yeah, I've been hearing about that one.
I saw that.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate that the con, because we've been planning the con for months. It's unfortunate that it lined up at that time, because we've invited a bunch of Alabama and Kentucky people to come to the con. But the thing is, like, those two events are just overlapping each other, unfortunately.
That's one of the hardest things during, like, maybe it's a little different down south, but here during the summertime, you got to be real careful about what dates you have your events on, because there's so much stuff going on. It's tough. Like, we got a big one. We got Contact that Wayward's running, like, and it's a 3-day weekend type of event, the 21st through the 23rd here in Minnesota. And that's going to be super cool. And then, as I'm sure you know, at the Mall of America, we're going to have the Hasbro GP qualifier on September 5th, right? Have you heard about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am the Minneapolis one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Oh, so
You're gonna.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm coming up.
coming
See,
back
that's
to your
what's up.
roots.
I'm coming
That's
back.
what's up.
Blame
yeah,
it all
September
on my
5th.
roots.
But that's exactly kind of what I'm
getting my
talking
knee
about.
pads ready. I'm
My
ready.
knee pads.
David sponsored knee pads. Get them ready.
I'm getting my knee pads ready.
Oh,
like, I'm doing
God.
some squats, some crutches.
Man, I keep
Yeah.
forgetting that it's on, like, not the normal spin stands that we are used to. It's on the ground, and it's for
We are
someone with
floor
bad
gaming
knee.
out here.
Oh my, yes, with
Are
someone
you
with bad
guys
knees.
running it? Is it gonna be? Because I remember the Atlanta tournament near us. East Coast Beyblade hosted that one for the Kai Cenat stream. If you guys
Oh,
remember
yeah.
that, like, they
Yeah.
ran that one. One of our secretary Bob went to it.
Shout out to Bob.
And yeah, shout out to Bob. Like, he went to it. They were on the floor. Luckily, it wasn't
Oh
like,
my-
because it was like right outside the stadium, and so it was like that squishy, like, material for the floor. But they put the jigsaw mats as, like, a way to, like, make sure that your knees don't go.
I don't know. I might have to use
Mhm.
my Prime Day exclusives to maybe look for some good knee pads.
Oh my god, that's
Just under
wild.
your jeans, under your shorts.
Oh my!
But
one
I mean,
day
it's
delivery.
September,
That
so it
and
might
buy
be.
a bunch of Hasbro launchers if you do win launchers. Because I don't think they're gonna let us. Because my favorite launcher is the Pegasus Steel one.
oh, that's a good point. I wonder if they're going to be strict about, like, oh, if
Mhm.
it's not a launcher color that's launched
Mhm.
here in
Exactly.
Hasbro land. Oh boy, I didn't even think about that. That's going to be
I'll
rough.
be
Yeah.
honest, I don't think they're going to. Like, it's
Yeah.
possible, but I don't think
Well,
that's
the
something
reason
they're
why
gonna
I
be
say
strict
that
about.
is because they were very strict at the Atlanta Hasbro one.
Oh, really?
What do they do?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Bob was there. He was letting me know if I'm trying to remember. Like, it was only Hasbro stuff. He was between his 38-gram Tyrannosaurus. the
Oh, yeah.
not the Tyranno B and a Wizard
Jurassic
Rod.
Park?
I think, yeah, the Jurassic one. Yeah, because it was like 38 grams. Because, like, and eventually he decided to do Wizard Rod 160 Hexa because it was a safe pick. Because
Yeah.
it was one blade, best of
Yeah,
4.
one blade first to 4.
And that was pretty rough. Because I think he only won like 1 or 2 games. And mind you, like, Bob is one of our top players here. He's a top 5 currently. And yeah, it was rough because they were on the floor. They were really strict on what ratchets you were using, what blades you were using. Like the sticker had to be on the bottom for the
Yeah.
QR code.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'd say expect to only use Hasbro parts. Probably, I don't know about the launchers. I'd say they're probably going to allow launchers, but maybe buy a freaking winder off Amazon just to be safe.
Or a
Buy
couple. I bought
winder
four.
off it.
Yeah,
Oh no.
it's going to be interesting. We just need to hope they aren't shipping in a billion sneak attacks.
Yeah,
I've heard
oh,
rumors.
I heard they're playing on the sneak attack in the UK, so I'm a little concerned.
Oh,
Yeah.
For the qualifiers?
no.
Yeah.
That's
That
subject
is
to hopefully
diabolical.
change. Maybe, hopefully. I
'Cause
heard
it's
that they
flat,
got that
right?
update.
Whoa.
It's
Like, it's
honestly
completely
not. It's not a horrible stadium shape. It's just the pockets are really weird,
Oh
and
my
the rail
God.
obviously is
because
like,
it pops
there's a-
up the,
yeah.
the thing. Yeah. Oh
I mean,
man, I feel bad.
I think I'd rather have
Yeah,
the
that's
sneak
rough.
attack.
Then a drop attack.
I think so.
Yeah, I think my tier list would probably be drop attack at the bottom, sneak attack, Hasbro Stadium, Infinity Stadium, and then TT at the top.
What about the bucket? Where's the bucket in that?
I didn't even. I don't think that deserves to get mentioned. That can
Or
stay
the
off the list.
travel? Man, you were missing all these good stadiums, wacko. What you mean?
Good stadiums. There's one word in there. I don't know if should be there. Good
Stadiums?
stadium.
Good or stadiums plural. This is
Are we including good in the context of the
Where the hell
bucket
did they come
stadium?
from
Are
on
you
the
sure?
So I don't know. Like this stadium is like fine, but it's better than the drop attack,
Oh.
right?
How is the shroud bigger? Like, oh wow. Yeah.
This is a shroud here, yeah.
Okay.
And then this little thing, just you like click it.
Yeah,
then
but check the
it- you know, when
extreme zone. It is
Mm.
massive, and then the overfinish pockets are in
Yeah.
the back.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's kind of an awkward setup. I don't really know what to say about this.
Wait, there's
Like-
no exit to the inner dish? Wait, is the exit to the inner dish on the bottom?
Yeah, so there's this thick line right here, and then there's
Oh.
it's like obviously like
Is that-
it's like angled here, but there's no, it gets like this is pretty steep, and then this over here is less, and then here there's like it's just flat.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
crazy.
flush.
That's like supposed to be at the top.
No, we have
Yeah,
someone
that's supposed to be at the top. That's so weird.
we have someone in
Yeah,
chat that's
it's a
saying
little
that
strange.
we have someone in chat saying that the portable fold is the best.
The clash and carry.
Yes.
No.
Flash and carry.
Oh,
boy.
man, he'd be
We're
trolling.
not playing on that. We're not doing that.
No, only stadium you can use metal needle on. I mean,
True.
you could technically
yeah,
use
that's
metal
true.
needle on anything, but yeah, probably the carry is the one and only stadium that you can probably use it without really damaging the thing.
No. Well, I mean, without damaging, maybe it is a thicker plastic, but you can use it all the time on the bucket stadium because nobody cares if you ruin that. So
I mean,
That's
it
also
didn't
true.
even make Wacko's top 5 for the stadium, so he can't even call himself a Beyblader at this point.
No.
Whack, what are your top 5? I got to hear this.
Top 5 stadiums?
Yeah.
Oh, what did I say? I'll start from the top and go to the bottom. Probably Standard, Infinity, Hasbro, and then the last two that barely count as stadiums are Sneak Attack and Drop Attack. I don't think there's any other stadiums unless I'm forgetting them.
Well,
the
there's the clash and carry. There's
Oh,
the
okay, about that
bucket,
one. Okay,
and
about
then
that one.
you're forgetting about the mechanized double extreme.
Oh, put that one in third place.
and the 3-person.
And the 3-person too. Yeah, that's a good point.
I love the
I've never played in
3-person.
that one. Well, I've played in that one once. I played in that one in Japan, but anyway.
For me, it's very much like TT, Infinity, Hasbro, the mechanized one where the thing goes up and down with the battery,
Oh, I forgot about that
then-
one.
and then the 3-player stadium. That's my order.
Okay. That's a good order.
What about you, Other? What are your top stadiums?
Honestly, I mean, I'm a sweat. BX10 like is my number one. Like, and then anything after that, the Infinity one's is cool. And then after that, I think I'd rather not play Beyblade.
Fair.
Holy shit.
Fair.
Oh,
I think I'd rather not play Beyblade. I'm a sweat. Like, Like I'd like Infinity one. Like at least there's like some strategy you can go to it, but for like the drop
Yeah.
attack, that's just per luck.
That's just dropping your bits on top of metal. Just break them yourself at that point.
Yeah, let's go to Five Below and get those bucket stadiums and use all the Metal Needle tournaments only.
Your Five Below has bucket stadiums.
Oh, did I say Five Below? I meant Ross. We have a Ross.
Okay, your
Yeah.
Ross got
I've-
bucket stadiums.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Our Ross,
I've
I guess,
never
are not that
I've
good.
never seen him at Ross personally. I have seen him at TJ Maxx though.
Yeah, at the my local Ross, it has at least one bucket stadium, and it's like $5. I just
Huh,
don't post about it because
interesting.
no one is going to be like, "Oh my god, it's a bucket stadium, pick me up."
I bought one for $3, just so I could say I had one. But that was when Target was closing them out a while back.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I probably would buy it for $3. I'm hit or miss it for $5, but it is what it is.
Three
Anyways,
is pretty cheap. I mean, that's the same price as a double cheeseburger. You know what I'm saying? At McDonald's, like, who cares?
I mean, yeah, you
Truth.
get that, then you get just a couple bags of popcorn and dump all the popcorn into the bucket.
We were talking about that, using the bucket stadium as a popcorn bucket instead.
I mean, what? Yeah, who's making the video? Is it Left Burst? Left Burst is making that movie.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
I've heard of this. I don't know who it is though.
Yeah, I believe it's Left Burst. He's making a movie, and hopefully, if it ever goes to big screens, hopefully that's their theme bucket is just a bucket stadium.
I mean, listen, if they're making a Beyblade movie and they're not casting me as the villain, they're doing it wrong. Like, I don't know what else to tell you.
Or at least the Spin Zone
So-
podcast on commentary or some shit. But
Oh my god. ESPN
It's
8,
the
the Ocho
director's cut.
presents
the
the Bucket Stadium. The Bucket Stadium Tournament of the Century.
Oh my
Oh my god.
Anyway,
What a wonderful time that would be. Anyhow,
let's get back
so-
to Tennessee.
yeah, absolutely. So down there in Tennessee, what do you think your goals are going forward? You've kind of talked about, you started off smaller, 13, 14 people, even, at one point playing in HOA parks and people's garages. Now you're up to where you say you're pretty consistently in the mid 30s. You have this big event tomorrow where you say you have 64 players coming. What's the next stage of growth for you guys? Like, what is your next goal or milestone you're hoping to hit?
So yeah, tomorrow's definitely going to be our biggest milestone. Right now, we have almost. I think last time I checked, we were like 49 pre-registration, and that's before the walk-ins, and the walk-ons. So that's definitely going to be our biggest event and our milestone for now. I think just stay consistent is going to be our biggest thing, and especially with us being more liquid in our league for funds. Like I think we just got to up our pricing a little bit more. Like for the Inazuma Cup last month, we were able to get the night mail, the blue code, random get bay for just the Inazuma tournament. And then I think upper pricing definitely for the summer. It's definitely like making sure that we accommodate our younger players and start their own consistent league. Just because if we don't have we can't foster future players, what's the purpose of laying down so many roots in our community? So I think making sure that we have the accessibility for them and better pricing, and that's pretty much all we can really ask. Like being at over 30 is already, for a tournament, is already amazing. I know that I think Wayward's tournament is always capped at what, 24, 30, something like that.
32.
32. Like I think and I heard like people like have bots to sign up for his tournament sometimes or something like that.
I hope nobody is doing that. But at the last one, Next Spin Volume 4 this past weekend, the event went live promptly at 7 p.m. And at 7:01, there was already somebody in the Discord saying, "I missed it. I didn't get in."
Yep, it was up at 7
Oh, yeah.
p.m. and it sold out promptly at 7 p.m.
And yeah, WBO, right? That's a WBO tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I need to be a WBOTO. Like, I don't know what tickets forever. We got the numbers.
So let me ask you this, because this is actually an interesting follow-up question, because we're talking about that. So I only took the org exam once and I passed it the first time. So I don't know how this works. Do they tell you, like, if you didn't pass, do they tell you what you struggled with or what you could improve on? Do they give you any feedback?
So what do you like the judge? Okay, I never got the org test.
Oh.
Oh, you only
That's
took the
the-
judge test?
No. I did judge test, passed that, but what I'm saying, like when I submitted my application, I never got anything after that.
Oh, that's odd.
Oh.
Wait, now, you didn't have to take a test. How long did you do this? A while back?
Last time I did it was last month. Yeah, like I went through the questionnaires, the questions.
Okay. And
So-
they just didn't send anything to you telling you if you passed or failed or anything?
So
Not that I'm aware of.
someone is saying
That's
in chat,
strange.
Black Hat Beyblade or Black Hat Blading. Now they just say you got this many questions wrong.
Okay. Huh. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, you're
I
supposed to
do.
get some kind of response no matter what.
I mean,
Yeah,
but-
I do kind of wish, like, the judge test is pretty simple, right? Because it's 25 multiple choice questions. You know,
the videos
if you got
suck.
it wrong, you picked the wrong results. The videos are questionable. We won't get into that right now.
That's a
but-
whole
but-
that's a whole episode for a different day.
Yeah, that's a different can of worms. But with the organizer exam, because there's so many written questions, I guess I would like for them to give you a little feedback on, like, hey, you didn't really spend enough time addressing this, or hey, we feel like you missed some key points. And so I'm surprised that they don't, to be honest, because they do manually review those. The judge test, because they're all in the multiple choice, or automated grading. But the organizer exams, a WBO staff member actually manually grades those. So
Yes.
it's interesting. I guess I wish they would give people a little feedback so they could figure out where they need to improve.
I'm looking at my email right now. Like,
I mean,
making
it would
sure
make
that I didn't
sense.
miss
Be like,
anything.
yeah, you probably could have had a little bit more detail on this or something on that lines, which
Yeah, no, nothing.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean-
Maybe I'll submit it again. Let's see.
There you
Oh,
go.
okay.
I think you can submit it like twice a month. So I mean, just keep trucking, and because, like, listen, the BBX is fine, right? Like, I don't have no beef with the BBAX. Like, I don't hate on them or nothing. But the WBO just has more people. Like, more people look at their site. When you look
It
at
gives you
the
so much
WBO,
reach.
yeah, when you look at the WBO Discord population in comparison to the BBX population, I think it's like 6 to 7 times larger.
Oh yeah.
So it just is what it is. You know, it's not trying to
Mhm.
trounce on BBAX or be like, oh, WBO is the only thing, but it's just the facts, right? So WBO does give you more eyes on your product, at least right now. So that would be
No,
very
I
helpful.
100% agree. Like when I first started and I wanted to play tournaments, like I went to WBO. Like that was the first place I went. And the
Mhm.
fact that we have a scene here, and we can't, and like I can't be there. Yeah.
You should just move back to Minnesota, bro. That's what you should be doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, you're
we're-
not wrong.
Yeah.
But
Where we're
also,
capping
like
almost-
that is also like a thing that me as a player I would have to like accommodate. I have to like change because it's a BBX best 2 out of 3 to 5 points. Like it's a different what's it called
Format.
Yeah, it's a different format, but I don't know what specific word I was looking at. But yeah, it's a different format, the different ways you build your deck. Definitely comes to show a lot more like stamina preferences in a best 2 out of 3 compared to what's it called WBO.
So do you guys go 2 out of 3 to 5 in Swiss? Is that what you're telling me right now?
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
what I was curious about. Interesting.
Wait.
Okay. So
2 out of 3 to 5.
in Swiss.
That's wild.
That's so there's some places in Florida that do that too. There's a place out of Newport Richey, Florida, that does that way, where they go to
Wow.
which is but then it's weird because then for Top Cut they switch to 1st to 7 best of 1, which is a very awkward switch. Like, to me,
Well, that's a big
It seems like
switch.
the Swiss matches would be longer.
Yeah, that's
You
why
guys-
like going to a WBO, like having multiple. We've been wanting to have more diversity in that format, but it's just that we'll probably will, but the thing is, we want to make sure we have that visibility in WBO.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, WBO, they do allow for pretty much whatever, as long as you're not trying to run WBO ranked. Then you have lesser options. You still have options, right? Like ranked, you can play, I believe, to 4 to 5 or to 7 during Swiss, but only best of 1. And then I don't know, Top Cut for ranked is weird. You can go best of 3, but only to 4. Otherwise, it's first to 5 or first to 7, best of 1. Their ranked is a little wonky, but if you're running unranked events, and you're just using WBO essentially for the visibility, they kind of let you do whatever. And that's kind of what I've been encouraging people to do recently. I'm like, hey, use WBO to improve your visibility, but you don't have to run ranked if you don't want to.
Mhm.
I know for a while there were players like maybe Wacko, I guess he can speak for himself, but I know, Wayward and Grizzly and some other community members, they loved looking at the WBO leaderboards. But then truthfully, several large communities have kind of opted out of WBO ranked. California,
Yeah,
a
that's
lot
true.
of Texas, parts of Florida, Michigan, in their entirety, I think, for example. And the question is, how valuable are the ranked leaderboards when you're not actually comparing yourself to the rest of the West? Like I'm sure it's cool to be, I'm top 5 on WBO ranked, but when not a single player from California is on there, the largest state in our country, it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't have the same weight to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think
So-
I think New York. I think the guy from New York is like #1 in WBO, and because they have like tournaments like every week there. Or am I
Yeah.
wrong?
Oh, New York is the closest thing to Cali outside of Cali as far as tournament frequency. Texas does a lot too. I'd say Texas probably on the same level as New York, and then I think Florida, but Florida's a long state, so
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
there's a lot of events in Florida, but they're kind of a hike depending on where you're going.
Yeah, the WBO ranked leaderboards are interesting. Like, obviously, it's still a big chunk of data, and it matters, but we are missing a lot of the top talent on it, and that's just because I think every community wants different things, and some of them are starting their own thing, some of them are using BBAX, some of them are using other stuff I haven't even heard of, I'm sure. And it's just
Mhm.
with how diverse the Beyblade community is in places like this, it's like, how do you get them all in one place? I don't even think you can do it.
No, it's tough. Our next episode, we're gonna have the founder of the MBL on, from what it sounds like, and he's out of Texas. And because of that, a lot of Texas has moved away from the WBO. Because suddenly they have someone in their state that's kind of trying to grow, something different. In reality, I think I wish that the WBO could find a way, while still aggregating all the data they feel like they need to have, and keeping reasonable controls on the events to make sure there's not crazy stuff going on. Just open things up a little bit. I think sometimes the homework gets people. I think the formatting on the event posts, I've been told like, oh, your font's not the right color. You have to that's really, really tacky. You know what I'm saying? Like that's very nitpicky. Like I'm not a fan of that, I feel like they could improve the automation of the posting and the submission of results, that would allow more people to feel like, hey, this is pretty quick and easy, so I want to use WBO, versus, oh, am I just going to get denied again because my font is the wrong size? Like that,
Yes.
I don't know, it doesn't feel great.
It's fair. How
Yeah,
is running with BBAX, by the way? I don't really know much
Yeah,
about him.
let's hear a little bit about that.
So
question.
we don't use Challenge.
Ooh.
Nice.
So
What do
we've
you
That's a
had a lot of
plus.
issues. Yeah, that's a difference for us. We don't use Challenge. We use Start GG. And Challenge, not that we never like I've ran tournaments on Challenge. It's just not that we just started with Star GG, and it's just always just been Star GG since. So that's for like running tournaments, that's one. And I know there's still like a lot of complication with like sometimes like I think like the Skyfall tournament had a lot of issues with the challenge. One
Mhm.
thing that is fortunate about
Ooh.
Star GG that we're actually implementing tomorrow is that we'll be able to run an offline bracket in case there is
Oh, nice.
Okay, hold on.
because tomorrow's Evo, and one of the largest organizations for fighting games is using StartGG. So making sure that we have an online system that enables us to continue our tournament without having to rely on StartGG servers is a huge thing. It's just reliability for us.
Yeah, and that's fair.
That 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 we just chose reliability over consistency, I guess, with Challenge. Because I know you do like WBO tournaments, you just use the template that they use
Yeah.
to make the tournaments. But us, I think it's just more about reliability because I think it was like one tournament, like we just couldn't finish our bracket, so we just decided like let's do StartGG.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
Challenge
probably
is
over that one weekend that just like
oh yeah.
Crash
ruined
out
every tournament.
every tournament.
How do you say challenge can be a challenge to use?
That is
I
true.
totally agree with you.
Yeah,
And
we
you
all
talked
do.
about the Queen City Skyfall down in South Carolina, and that was a great example of a tournament that got totally messed up.
Oh my god.
They had to refund a bunch of people. A bunch of
Mhm.
people left. They had to restart the tournament at a lower price point. Then some people that stayed for that still apparently wanted a refund later. It just turned into a huge debacle, and realistically, that's probably part of the reason that 5 red APs were able to walk off was because everyone was so focused on trying to fix the event. No one was paying attention to the vending tables, right? Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but I mean, I've also had a tournament get screwed up by Challenge. Now, luckily, it was right before Top Cut, so it already had the placements. It just wouldn't generate Top Cut, so I was able to run it by hand. But then immediately, like we were talking about, like how much is WBO ranked act actually worth? Now it can't be ranked anymore, but not because of anything I did, not because I entered anyone's name incorrectly or I was doing anything wrong, because Challenge pooped the bed, and now all 64 players that were there that day get punished for that. That's crazy to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's something.
Yeah, because it started off as ranked, and then just right at Top Cut, it decided that it did not want to do its job, and everyone that did well that day it's gone.
Yeah. I mean, we finished the tournament, don't get me wrong,
Mhm.
but Acuna was working on reconstructing the bracket from scratch, and we're 30 minutes into this, and we're not getting anywhere. There's errors, it's not generating the same matches. And finally, I tell him, like, Acuna, I love you, brother, and I appreciate this, but we need to get these people out of here. It's already past 10 o'clock, you
Mhm.
know? So we just ran it by hand and we finished it, and it had to become an unranked event, which was disappointing to me because a lot of players worked really hard to get to where they were and to try to get that rank. So
Yes.
it's just another thing where I'm starting to wonder about how valuable WBO ranked actually is. And
Mhm.
for me, I think going forward, the value in WBO, just like it probably is for you guys in Tennessee, is to get more visibility and eyes on the product. But you don't need to run the ranked version to do that. You can just
Mhm.
put it up as a standard event.
Mm-hmm.
What is the
Yeah.
approval process for like BBAX events?
So our vice president is an official BBX organizer, but I think once we started getting visibility out of it, we just started doing our own thing. We just started pretty much having the same rule set, and it was
Oh,
just
gotcha.
visible. Like ultimately, that's what like I mentioned, like WBO, and I think visibility is ultimately the goal for those sites, especially for just niche parts of the United States. It's just visibility.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing, right? Because I notice, we talk about some of the states that have kind of stepped away from WBO. Michigan has pretty large population center around the Detroit area, right? Texas, tons of people. Cali, tons of people. Florida, tons of people. WBO, I think because their communities are already so big, it's easier to be like, we don't necessarily need the visibility that WBO can give us. We already have a huge community. Whereas Minnesota, Tennessee, Wisco, places like that, smaller states, smaller populations, you need to cast a wide net to try to get everyone you can under the same umbrella. And WBO does help with that. I'm sure BBAX does too, you know?
Yeah, I feel like we're I feel like Beyblade X compared to all the other generations, I think we have to face the fact of some implications that WBO has this elitist bureaucracy system that's not built for this generation anymore. I think we need to figure out a better system that can accommodate multiple regions in the United States, but ultimately keeping it equitable and accessible to everybody.
Elitist bureaucracy. That's a hot take. What is that? Is that how you feel about WBO?
I don't think is how I feel about it. I think that it can, like, that's one of the implications, because it's not the fact that it is, it's that it can get there. That is a potential ability that you can also see it the other way. You can say that California is very elitist in mindset to just move away, thinking that they're quote unquote better than than WBO. I think you can see it both ways and having different implications of the matter of fact. But I think we have to understand that, in a way, many of these systems that Beyblade X is in currently, I think it's slowly outgrowing those systems, and we need to accommodate having that growth there.
I think that's fair because, I mean, obviously
Yeah.
we are hitting a huge popularity boom right now if the product situation is anything to go by. And yeah, it's definitely, don't know how well our current tournament formats are going to be able to keep up,
Mhm.
but
At least with newer
see.
product, like we can still have like good tournaments and everything, but a lot of people, especially now in the Minnesota scene, are not really expecting the newer and greater things as some kind of prize support, but they would like to really see some kind of new thing, like Drawn Strike came out. A lot of people are going to want to see Drawn Strike as a prize support, or any like a Valkyrie, or any other like new Bay that's coming out. People want to see that. They don't want to see like the Drawn Busters or anything else that you can get for a couple dollars at like the Five Belows, if they are there, or Ross, or anywhere that you can just go to and just pick it off the shelf.
Mhm. Yeah, BBX only recent, like when I think they banned Griffin for a while after release,
Oh,
and
Really?
then yeah, I'm not sure if you guys knew that, but they
mm-mm.
recently, by recently, I think it was like a month after release that they accepted it
Wow.
into the rank circuit. And
Wow,
then I
no
think like a couple days ago, about a week and a half ago or a week or two, they had to rule um, an emergency ruling that you can't put a sticker on top of the sticker on Bullet Griffin because it affects the trajectory of the gimmick.
So you can't put it
Oh,
on
But
Bullet or Griffin?
The bottom part,
sorry,
I think.
Bullet, the bottom part, yeah,
Okay, put
the
it
bottom
Yeah.
part.
a bottom part. Okay, just want to
Yeah.
just to
okay.
kind of clarify.
Yeah, there was like an emergency ruling there. I can send you guys the Discord to BBAX
Yeah, I don't think
if
I've
you guys
heard
want
I'd
to
be
about
check it out.
that.
interested. I'd be interested in seeing that because, I mean, the WBO when Bullet Griffin came out was kind of in the same boat for a little while. I don't know if they made an official ruling, but there was talk in the organizer channels about if you put a sticker on the Griffin part of Bullet Griffin, it could affect the deployment of the gimmick just by changing, the texture of the spring-loaded bit
Yeah, and
that
that's
it's touching on
what
the
he
top.
and that's
Yeah,
exactly
Yeah.
what Elder was saying when he
but
said
I
the
think
trajectory.
that as of right now, the WBO has gone back on that, and you can put stickers on there as long as you cut it to the right size.
Yeah,
I think.
that seems to have been where it's landed. And Elder, I know exactly what you're talking about because when that emergency update went live, we were at a free play and I was standing next to Akuna and he's like, "Hey, by the way, look what BBAX just did." Like,
Oh, no, I remember that.
God,
Yeah.
that's
so
crazy.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Um, to what all you guys were saying, I think product is tough. Cake was touching on pricing, and he's right. Players, and I hate to say this, but please listen if you're listening. Players are going to have to at least temporarily lower expectations a little bit because For example, the soccer Dran Buster, Wacko's favorite prize. Okay, everyone
Love
remembers
Soccer Dran Buster.
It's so pretty
what
looking.
what is it?
Barcelona.
The FC Barcelona Dran Buster. You used to be able to go on Mall of Toys and buy that for $30. Okay, now you can't buy one of those things for under $100. It's just impossible.
That's cool.
So
I saw that, and
Yeah.
that's wild.
So players are unfortunately gonna have to live in the current market when it comes to prizing. Even and it's gonna people are gonna be especially upset with me now, probably not actually, because we have a great understanding community that follows what's going on in the Beyblade world. But it is gonna be a little disappointing when they realize that I'm not able to do the same things for prizing I was able to a couple months ago. And I think a lot of players and a lot of communities are going to be feeling that the next few months. But the other thing that you guys touched on is availability. I'm concerned about availability, and that's why I'm predominantly going to be moving away from WBO ranked, at least for the time being, because I do not want to feel like I am pressuring my community into, oh, my shark scale broke today or is too worn out now to be used. I need to go spend $100 on eBay. That's not a good feeling for our community. Another thing that's not a good feeling, and I know there's been some debates between Wacko and another member of our community, Wayward, about this, is Wayward, for instance, has spoken in the past as a proponent of having a delay on legality. Like it launches, let's say July 11th, 3 weeks from then is when it's first legal for play. And
yeah, I
Wacko does
remember
not
talking
agree with
about
that at
this.
all.
I didn't used to.
Well,
Things
and
have
that's the thing.
changed.
And that's the thing, Wacko. I agreed with you, and I told Wayward to his face. Like, I didn't agree with you, Wayward, and you know that. But my thoughts are changing a little bit because I don't want players like, listen, Glory Valkyrie may come out, and I may decide, hell, I'm going to let them play it if they have it because it's not very good.
Yeah.
But the problem could become is, oh, Glory Valkyrie is on par with Shark Scale, and only people who either got incredibly, incredibly lucky or paid $120 for one on eBay have one. And now, if I allow that at my events, then I'm essentially telling my community, well, if you don't have $120 to spend on an item that would have only ever been $30 previously, then you just shouldn't come to my event. And that's really kind of a feels bad moment. And I don't want to be the organizer that's pressuring my players to spend exorbitant sums on eBay paying scalpers for product.
Yeah, or you're just kind of
Just my
supporting,
thoughts.
or you're just putting money into the whole scalping thing, and like as a community, we don't want to encourage scalping at all. We just hopefully it kind of dies out with all the shark scales getting all took, and even even any of the wizard rods that you see out in the wild at the Five Belows, they were all over the shelves, and now you can't even really go to any of the Five Belows to get a green wizard rod.
No, you can't. I mean,
No.
maybe in the middle of nowhere. But guys, I just looked on eBay earlier, and in the last 24 hours, a number, and by a number I mean probably 5 to 10 green wizard rods have sold at $35 a piece. That was exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did. It's nuts. And I mean, if you look at Bays and Bricks and Bay Warehouse and some of these other sites, unfortunately, they're having to do the same thing because they're getting the product not from wholesalers anymore because they can't. They're having to buy it wherever they can, and then they have to charge a markup that allows them to stay in business. And I know some people have been villainizing the Bay stores, but it's really not their fault. They have to be in line with the market. Yes, they can probably source stuff a little cheaper than the rest of us because they have connections, but it's still not, they're not paying wholesaler rates. When you see Bay Warehouse charge $35, $40, let's say, on a Unicorn Delta random booster, they're probably paying $28 to $30 from that to get that from Asia to here. They have to make something or they're going to go out of business.
Right.
It just sucks. It sucks for everybody.
Yeah, it does. So speaking of product, does your go-to game store have product that you can just go ahead and buy that's not Hasbro or TT, or what do you guys have up on the shelves right now?
So
They
right
told
now
you.
it's mostly Hasbro and TT.
Okay.
Like right now, TT wise, I think we have a bunch of Shelter Drake random boosters. We have a lot of Soul Eclipse,
It's not bad.
Saber Samurai. We just got the Spriggan. We sold out on the Dran Busters because we only got 8 of them. And before that,
Dran just strike.
Dran Strike. We
Yeah,
only got
yeah.
8 of them.
I think we all
And
know
then
what you
before
meant.
that, yeah, and I think before that we had a bunch. We had like 35 Delta boosters, and they went in a weekend. Like they got it on a Friday, and then on a Tuesday, it was only like 1 or 2, and those were for people that pre-ordered it.
Wow.
And then yeah, like Hasbro, we got a bunch of Hasbro, like the non-green Hexa low rush dual pack of Ghost Circle, Jurassic Park, and Incendio CX. Like yeah. I know we're gonna get the Leon Crest and the Crab, new Crab. I think
Yeah.
we're gonna get those just because they're Hasbro. But anything that's on Amazon, I don't know if you guys know, but Middle Tennessee Gaming is a brick and mortar, so they're a TCG store. They're a brick and mortar. Their supplier told them that the Pegasus Blast, the some of the shark scales, the a lot of things that we see on Amazon
Mhm.
are exclusively going only to big box stores. So they're not going to
Oh.
they don't supply they're not going to be supplying those type of Beyblades to local stores that want to because they have an exclusivity deal. It's the same exclusivity deal that Hasbro has with action figures. Like they're the only 6-inch scale figures that they can have on the shelves. Like McFarlane, they have to go higher or lower depending on which manufacturer. CH Figure Arts, SH Figure Arts. Like it's that same kind of deal that even if you have a store, they're gonna only get Hasbro limited releases. That's why they went so far to get TT wholesale, so they can have
Makes
those
sense.
releases early.
Interesting.
Yeah, there are a lot of exclusive stuff. We know, here in America, there's certain stores that don't have certain things. Even like Target gets some things that Walmart doesn't, vice versa. Amazon gets some things that both of them don't. It's very wonky how it's turned out.
Yeah. So actually, I got a question over on TikTok from Black Hat Blading. Who do you think people should be looking out for during tomorrow's big event?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Myself.
Oh my god.
Myself. I'm like
All right, Jesse Lee.
I've been a pretty big target in my circuit only because I'm one of the head TOs, but also the top blader in the area. Like our point system, we use a PR ranking system, and I have 235 points. The next person under me has 190 points. And so when it comes to our point differentium, we have a pretty big consistency on like the top 10. Like there is, like, for example, like one of the emerging bladers only had, so our season is divided into 4 quarters. So we have each quarter is 3 months, and each month we have each quarter we have our top 10 that we seed that we have. So the first quarter was Bob, and then second quarter was our third current place blader is Uchiha. Shout out to Antonia. And then our third quarter, which is what we're on currently, I am currently in the lead just for that quarter. But holistically, I have more first place finishes than anybody else in the top 10.
Pretty cool.
So that's how we organize our PR. Is with our power ranking system. With everybody gets an attendant 5 points of attendance points. It caps at 25, and then after that, it's just placement points. And if you make it into top cut, you get placement points. So first place gets 10 points, second place gets 7, third and fourth get 5, and then it goes down to top 8. So that's our power ranking system, and we also have some other calculations. Like we have spirit points. Like if someone shows really good spirit, we have them, but they're not allowed. There's like 2 points out of the potential of getting over 20 at a tournament. So
I mean, it's
that's our
something.
power ranking. Yeah, so we want to reward, because we have been such a growing community. We want to make sure that people have that want to come back to a tournament. Because if
Yeah.
they keep bottoming out and never get into those top cut places, like they'll get discouraged and not come back. Like having a community is great, but those internal battles, we want to make sure that everybody gets a fair shot, and
Mhm.
understanding that, but also keeping it competitive at the same time.
Right.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That's one of the toughest things is in a community, is to try to incentivize players to continue to come if they're not doing well.
Exactly.
it's especially hard when it comes to bigger events. The higher your entry fee gets, you can say, oh, well, it's gonna be more prizing, and that's true. But if a player normally is like 2 and 3, 2 and 4, whatever, they're not gonna feel like they're gonna get any prizing. So then they're gonna be like, well, it's tough. It's really tough, and community does help. Like I hear what you're saying 100%, and I totally agree. Like community can help, but it only goes so far. So it's like, how do you incentivize or try to help these players improve themselves? And that's a tough one, because like Wacko is, and I said this backstage, but I'll say it in front of everyone, because I did say I would say it in front of everyone.
You did.
Wacko is the most consistent blader we have in Minnesota. He works harder than anyone. He researches more than anyone. He practices, plays more than anyone. He doesn't skip free plays. He doesn't skip tournaments. He practices on his own time. And well, there are
And
a
he's
lot
handsome.
Whoa.
of well, that's between you and him. But
And he took
my
third
point
place
being-
in Michigan.
well, he did that too. My point is that he puts in a ton of work. And I don't want to say that there aren't other players in Minnesota who, like, oh, Wacko's the only one. Plenty of players
I'll
put
be
in
the
work.
first to say it. I don't think I'm the best in Minnesota right now. I think that goes to Joestar.
Well,
Dude,
I mean,
he's
maybe
been
it does.
killing it.
He has been killing it. But the reason we've seen people ebb and flow throughout, at least my time in being in the scene. Sometimes people are up, sometimes people are down. But Wacko is very consistent. Wacko's always been in that, top 3, top 5 conversation at any point that I've been around. Where a lot of other players have been there and then left, and other people have started down here and then come up, but then maybe went down again. And again, I think a lot of bladers are working hard and trying their best. I just don't think that too many of them are putting in the time and energy that Wacko is. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what gives him an edge a lot of the time.
No, I 100% agree. Consistency is literally the like, you play the game, but consistency is how you win. Like, yeah, you might not make it a top cut every time. You might not make it in win or get top 3, get a prize. But I think consistency is the best way to measure like your success. Like we have a bunch of players in the top 10 that win tournaments, but then the next 2 tournaments they don't do good. And it's about that consistency. It's like
It is.
you can be first. You can be first one week, but then the next local you take 32nd. Like you have to, it's all about consistency.
Yeah.
And ultimately, I don't think, if you want to get good at Beyblade, I don't think people realize how consistency plays more of a role than winning a tournament.
100%.
Yes.
No, that's 100% accurate. A player can listen. Wacko, let's keep using Wacko as an example. Wacko can definitely, I'm sure at some point has lost to a 12-year-old or something. You know what I'm saying?
We all have.
Or just random new blader 69, whatever, right?
That new player luck is real.
It is
Dude, you
real.
ain't
It's
wrong.
there.
But you know, and I'm Wacko, I'm sure you've had a tournament where you went 2-4 or something before, right?
Oh, yeah.
But Wacko picks himself back up and gets back to it. A lot of people, you know, they have a rough time. They kind of peter out. Maybe they quit. Maybe they go on a break for a while. Maybe they're less enthused to practice. And I understand those are natural emotions. But if you want to be great at anything, and this doesn't just apply to Beyblade, you could be talking about any hobby or any sport or anything, you have to keep working and you're going to have your ups and your downs. Just because Wacko works the hardest in Minnesota Beyblade does not mean he's going to win every event. Even if he's objectively better than the player he's playing against, you know, I mean, listen, the Patriots during Tom Brady's years were objectively a better team than the Giants. Both years they played them in the Super Bowl, and they lost both those Super Bowls. Anything can happen on game day. You know what I'm saying? But despite those losses, the Patriots also won a ton of Super Bowls during that time, which goes to show you they're not going to win every time, even though they're the best team of that era, hands down. But they did win a lot, and they did lose some too. But that's part of life. You can't win every time.
True.
That is true.
So we.
All right, I've got a question for you.
Yeah, go for it, Wacko.
Are you confident enough in your
Uh-oh.
chances to win tomorrow to leak your deck right now? What are you running?
Oh shit! Oh, it's on. He's got locals watching too. They've been commenting on YouTube.
No. I'm confident that I can, like, going back to the conversation, I'm confident that I'm consistent because I'm not sure how like deep you guys get into your gameplay, but I have spreadsheets on spreadsheets. One of the things that we do on our community is that we post the top 8 combos, and me having a spreadsheet of how I perform at every tournament and what decks perform well. Like that's just me. That's just the analytical side. That's just because it's how baby it is. Like mid maxing is a thing, and you can be successful. I'm confident that I can be consistent. Am I confident that I can win? You going to a tournament, you have to be confident that you can win if you want to perform
100%.
well.
Oh yes.
I don't think I'm gonna be. I would love to win tomorrow, but I think to me, like one of the things that I've had issues with, just like as like a top player, like there was, I think like about a month ago, I won 4 tournaments in a row.
Shit.
Wow.
And like for me, it's like, and I'm also the tournament organizer. I think this is there's been like memes and like jokes about like, oh, I'm rigging the bracket. How am I rigging the bracket in Beyblade? And understanding like you're a top player, but also the TO has been something that I personally have to manage. Because sometimes
That's
when
a
I'm in a
tough
game,
dilemma.
yeah, it is. Because sometimes I'm in a game and I'm like, you know, I could like, it's like a head game to me. Like if I'm like, all right, like I need to be mentally strong and be confident, but also the TO in me is like, man, I want this person to win. Like, but when I want that person to win, but I'm the obstacle for them to do it, that's something that I've been internally struggling. I know, like I've talked to other top players, not from Minnesota, that it feels weird having that struggle of being one of the driving forces in your community but also being a target competitively is something that I've had to manage personally when I'm in a game. Like I'm in a game. I know this person's shoot style. How I can counter their drop launch, their rails. How many techs like should I flat launch to counter their rail? All these moments in a game get shut down with the hey, it'd be great for someone else to do well, or like hey, you need to figure out what happened on Stadium 4 because someone didn't put in the rank correct and I have to go
Oof.
back and fix the rank. Or someone has a question or a challenge, like, oh, I have to go do that. It's a lot to manage for me personally because tomorrow I'm going to be the main TO. That helps, and like I mentioned, I have a great community, and I'm going to have really well-rounded individuals around me that are going to be there for me, which is going to be like a huge shout out to like the AkaiCon staff because like I'm gonna be like letting people know like where to go and along because we're gonna have two pools. But I know that I'm gonna have well-rounded individuals helping me run the tournament, and I can perform well myself. But also, I want to make sure we run a smooth and effective tournament.
Very true.
Is something that like if I can finish a tournament in under 2 hours or under 3 hours, like that's a huge plus for me. Um, because we sometimes start the tournament at 6, we end at 9 o'clock or 8:30. Like for me, feeling good about how a tournament runs is also feeling good how I performed. Um,
Yes.
and that's
Yeah.
been my struggle with being a top player, but also like being the driving force in like your community.
Yeah, it's really
I
tough to keep your mental up while also like I mean, I'm not an organizer obviously, but I can speak from a little bit of experience, I had a little bit of a rough regional. We had our regional up here a little while ago. I didn't perform super great, but I was judging at the time and it was pretty tough to like, oh, I'm having a terrible tournament run and still like judge to the best of my abilities. But it's something you just gotta manage and it's a tough thing to pull off.
Yes.
There's a reason I don't usually play when I'm organizing, like or when I'm judging. Really, I play just fine at free play, but I don't know. I want to focus on running the event or judging the event. And I have a lot of respect for people who do both because it takes a lot of, like you said, wacko, like being able to be like, hey, I'm not playing great today, but also I still need to do my job.
Yeah.
Like, and I just prefer to avoid having to worry like that. I like my tournaments to be stress free for me.
Hmm.
Yeah, you ain't
Now,
wrong. I mean,
I did have some
was he gonna leak his
Go ahead.
His deck though?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
he
he had
went
some
on an
questions.
uh,
I did have some.
He
I
went
do have
on
some
a
questions
whole
for you from
spiel.
YouTube, but that's a
Yeah.
good point. Let's
That's
hear
a
it.
question.
Let's hear the deck.
Uh, okay. One bay, one question. Give
Okay.
me.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
you start with the Bay. Start with the Bay.
Aero Pegasus 150 rush.
Yes,
Okay.
base. Good combo.
Quality choice. Okay. So the
150.
first question I had for you here was, let's see, where did it go? It like ran away. It's
It
right here.
was
Okay. What is your most memorable moment in your local community?
We had some. This was a while ago. We had a out of state. We had an out of state competition. We had some out of staters come in, and they. This is before everybody really had their footing competitively, and before I had a really good understanding of the metagame, and I wanted to be really good so I can try to knock these people out personally. Um, but also I wanted someone from Tennessee to win. And one of my favorite moments was when one of our bladers named Diebat um had never won a tournament. Um, he only practiced on the Hasbro Stadium, the black
oh
and green
god.
one. And the only experience he ever had up until I gave him a really worn out BX10 stadium was tournaments. And they were like, yeah, I watched some YouTube videos. I got this combo. It was pretty meta deck. It was like Phoenix Wing 360 low rush, Hover Wyvern, and I think there was a Wizard Route in there. Oh no, Shark Scale. And they went up. It was the final round of Swiss, and at that time we only did Swiss and no top cut, and it was him and the out of stater, and he won. It was like a clean sweep. I think the out of stater only got 2 points out of the best 2 out of 3. Um, and it was
Wow.
it felt great. I loved watching especially younger players win. It was one of my favorite moments. Watching not only them having their first win, but also keeping the reputation up.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear that second bay.
Uh, Shark Scale 160 free ball.
That's a
Nice.
popular one. I think that's Wacko's favorite
Mhm.
bay.
I
right.
prefer 9, but 1's good.
Okay, so the next question is, do you have any inclination to start some sort of team or guild or whatever you want to call it type of system for your local scene?
I've been eyeing up the club system that California has developed, and I think with the resurgence that we had on our first team tournament, like we had almost 40 people come to our team tournament, um, and that's 3 people a team. So you can only imagine how many teams we had with 40 people. So 40, I think it was over 40 because that doesn't math, don't math there. It was over 40 people. So I think having a team and do like a club system would be really cool to see.
Okay. I mean, California's got a pretty good blueprint for it, and it's probably one of those situations where if it's not broke, don't fix it. You know,
Mhm.
if they have something good drawn up, why reinvent the wheel, right?
Yeah.
All right, so the third Beyblade. Let's hear the third Beyblade.
I'm kind of iffy on if I'm running this or not. It's either because my Spirit Bay is Tyranno Beat. I love Tyranno Beat. 170 kick has been. I won 2 tournaments with Tyranno Beat on kick. 170 kick. So I'm thinking Tyranno Beat, or I've been playing around with Phoenix Swing again, only because it's such a good all around bay. 170 kick. Just put it on the Tyranno Beat. It's kind of a weird combination, but Phoenix Swing is one of those blades because it's so balanced and has been consistently in the meta. You can really do anything with it. If you have like that technique, if you want to launch it, how you want to launch it, it'll stick to the wall, but also is not going to stick very good. Um, so I'm not sure yet between those two. Yeah, it's always the third bay dilemma for everybody.
Yep, the third bay problem is really real.
Third Bay, that's what's up. That's what's up. All right. So let me ask you this. Do you ever, and this, we have some people in our community who are starting to do this more now, so I'm curious. Do you ever paint or customize any of your Beyblades?
Oh.
Me personally, for fun, I bought like some Gundam markers, and just painted a blue Phoenix Wing, more blue. Um, but I put a Cyber Pegasus sticker on my Aero Pegasus. That's about it. I know in our some of our community members do dye theirs, like ion dye, like they use that. Um, they're really cool. But
Yeah,
me
Wayward's been doing
personally,
that.
yeah, they're really cool. One of my friends tried to do that nail polish, but it was like scraping the stadium, and like it was leaving it blue and red. So but yeah, I just put stickers on mine.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Did you let me ask you this. This is like a personal question from me. Um, what is your most prized bay? You can show us too if you want.
Shoot. I want to show you, but it's in my car.
Oh no.
Oh,
Okay, well
no.
tell us about it then.
Um, at the first sponsored Bays and Bricks tournament, we had um the first sponsored Bays and Bricks tournament we had was in Clarksville, and we had a great show, and we had like almost 20 people at our first series at that. So Clarksville is to what Minneapolis and Maplewood is to each other, distance
Okay.
wise. And that was our first series because we were the Middle Tennessee. We make sure that we stay in our league and make sure that we spread as much as possible, because I know Knoxville has a scene, but and Memphis kind of has a scene, but it was the first Bays and Bricks tournament, and fourth round I went up against one of my friends, um, Merganser, and they went up against a left spin. They had a meter dragoon, and I was about to launch my day one. My day one when I started was my red Tyranno Beat, and I've had that for over a year. I launched it. It was an air collision, and it broke in half. And it
Oh,
was like
no.
Oh,
the
no.
saddest moment that I had. Like one of my friends had to shout out to Emphatic Shock in our community, had to lend me their pink Tyranno beat for the tournament because I didn't bring an extra. Like I didn't want an extra because I just wanted the red. So I've had, kind of had an identity crisis ever since it broke because I have a pink one. Shout out to my girlfriend who went to the car and grabbed my stuff. Um,
Dude,
Oh,
I love
see, that's
it.
what's up.
That's what's up, dude.
I've had a pink one, and shout out to SpiderX on our SpiderX at our Discord that gave me their red one. But yeah, like there it is.
Oh boy.
That
Yeah.
broke.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that really busted.
Yeah.
That's not like a
Um,
crack. That
No,
exploded.
yeah.
Like,
You can really tell that it's very worn because I took second
yeah.
place in my first tournament with this thing. Like it
so
was,
so you still
my
so you still
baby.
kind of so you still kind of hold on to it as like a keepsake. Yeah.
Yeah, I put it in my pocket as good luck at tournaments. Um, so yeah, yeah, it broke, and I was like, I was undefeated up until the fourth round, up until that break. That break happened. I had to take like a 2 minute break to find another Beyblade. But I did win it. I did win the tournament. But it was at a cost. It
R.I.P.
was at a
Okay.
cost.
I mean, hey, Wacko, you were gonna show us your graveyard, weren't you?
Oh, no, I was just grabbing a dyed bay.
Oh, which one?
This green one.
Oh,
This is a
that Papa D did for
classic.
you.
Yep.
Yeah,
He's working
yeah.
on another one for me that'll have to
There
show
you
off
go.
when it's done. It's
Oh,
gonna
like
be
a
very cool.
like a special one, custom for you.
Yeah.
Okay, see, I'm excited for that.
So before we get to the YouTube questions, you just mentioned that there's like a Knoxville community and other communities around you. Do you guys like kind of merge every once in a while, or do Knoxville people come to you and vice versa, or do you guys just
We have advertised on their servers as much as possible. It's just Knoxville is very far. It's like a
It's a hike.
2 hour drive.
yeah,
And like I told you, there's like it's like Duluth to St. Paul length.
Well, real
Um,
quick, just so people understand now, to go from Nashville to Knoxville, that's through the mountains too, isn't it?
mhm.
So if the weather's bad, that's not a fun drive.
No, it's not. So we don't, unfortunately, like Tennessee's big horizontally. um, so we are so close to Kentucky that we can just go to Kentucky and Alabama with like a 2-3 hour drive. But to reach the ends of each state where we are is like a 4 hour drive long. So we're a pretty
Wow.
long state. So we unfortunately I think we're planning to do a tournament to increase our reach into one of our league members who lives about 2 hours away, hour and a half, give or take, east from us. No, east west from us. But because we're so far away, there's not a lot of bladers, and also it's kind of limiting because it's 2 hours away, and our community can't go, and they're a smaller community, so it's a little bit of a struggle because we're so big.
yeah, we get that. So have a couple other questions coming from YouTube, coming from Wayward actually.
Oh, Wayward,
Yeah, shout out to Wayward and his spin stands.
what's up, papi?
If you could have one or any past bay turned CX, what would it be?
Storm.
Why is the Tyranno
Dragoon.
beat?
Oh, we're never gonna get a Tyranno beat CX. I'm telling you right now, we're never gonna get
Yeah.
that.
We got freaking Brachiosaurus. We got that
Yeah.
thing. This is close as we're gonna
probably
get.
Storm Dragoon. Dragonstorm. What?
Yeah,
Yeah. Probably because I think the CX line fits so well with the plastic gen. You know, the assist blade, the metal blade, the weight on it. I think that would be great. Yeah.
I really just want a left spin CX at this point. That'd be great. That'd be fun.
Oh,
I just don't know. I think about this a lot. I don't know if it's possible. Because hear me out. So how the CX system works is you've got the assist blade, obviously, and they're made for right spin. So we
But
have
that's
two
why they have the
options here.
overblade now to have that
That's
accessibility.
true. But you still have to put the assist blade on it. So there's two options. You can either let's take Slash for instance. It's very geared for right spin. If that was to go on a left spin, that would break quick with how the contact points are built. So you basically have the option of having really low durability assist blades that weren't made for it, or they release a left spin with a dedicated assist blade, and then you gotta wonder that assist blade needs to be good as soon as it releases, or the release is dead in the water, or
Does that make
I mean,
every
if it's
CX
good,
a
it's
left
good.
spin at that point if you put a assist blade on it? I mean,
I don't,
the
I don't know, because I mean,
I've
you
never
can
really
actually
thought
be
about how that would
controlled.
work.
Exactly,
Yeah.
I've thought about it a lot, and this question comes up, and I don't know how they do it. Because there's only a couple assist blades you can actually do it for. Heavy's got jagged contacts the wrong way. Slash does, Jaggy does. You could put Wheel and Zillion and stuff on pretty safely, but you'd need to have a dedicated left spin assist blade, or else
Well,
the system
you know what?
durability would just fail.
Well, Wacko, they don't mind that. They want us to buy more parts. So.
That is true.
But with that being said, I think it would be disingenuous to do that and expect us to buy more parts because it would break more easily with the market the way it is right now. That'd be pretty craptastic.
Yeah. I'm not going to
You're
say
not wrong.
a left spin CX release is impossible. It's just they need to give it a good assist blade because that's the only one it's going to have until they make more.
And they probably won't.
That's fair.
Do we have any other questions coming from?
Wayward agreed with you. Wayward said, yeah, left spin CX couldn't currently work unless you want assist blades to break.
Yeah.
I mean, I think y'all have a good point. We do have another one. Let's see, where is it? Who outside of your local community? So your local community notwithstanding. So this probably is more, the question is probably more like, which Beyblader from outside your community would you most want to face? And my guess is it's probably some type of Baytuber or big tournament player because those are the ones you would know, right?
Probably, I don't. Yeah, besides tubers, that's probably gonna be the most that's because that's the thing. Only local people will know who's the best or the most consistent blader of the region is. Unless you're a big YouTuber, Jacob Palm, California would be a great choice if you think of California, or Anti Wizard Club, or
But who is yours? Who do you want to face? Which Baytuber do you want to go on the record and smoke in battle? That's
Battle of Beyblades. Not.
I mean, they can ninjutsu in the parking lot too. Listen, I don't judge.
Oh, JCav. I think JCav, because we both run very similar builds. Because
I don't know who that is.
The Tyrannobead 170 kick. They're a YouTuber, just like with Baybreaker.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, they go back and forth in their area between 1 and 2.
That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Now Wayward wants to know
the
string or launcher. String or launcher or winder. String or winder.
So I'm a purist. I'm a ripcord purist just because I grew up with the plastic gen. If someone I can't understand string. It's just not for me. But I just wind launcher, just ripcord. I'm a purist just because I grew up with the cord.
Man, I can't.
I want to like string. I'm not great at it,
dude. I am not either. Like Wacko, he's been killing it with the string. But yeah, Wacko's been doing Wacko thing.
I'm still a winder guy, but I've got basic placement down for string. I can't do tech yet, but I've got basic placement.
It's just the
Because you're
hurdle
not
for
running this,
me
Wacko. You're not
is when
running
I
that.
shoot it.
Running
It
back.
always shoots the area where I'm like where my hand goes. I can't get over that hurdle. Besides
Yeah,
just
I
like
think
launching it really quick.
with winder launchers, it kind of naturally throws the bay a little forward when it launches off. I think with string launchers, it's a much more just straight down drop. And whichever one you play first, you're just going to get used to that, and then it's really hard to switch over.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I would say our
interesting.
best string launcher player that's playing tomorrow is probably Bob. Bob QWT. Shout out to Bob. I think they're
Shout out
probably the
Bob.
best string launcher. I think everybody in the top like the top 5 are all specialists. Like our second place is Uchiha, and they're consistently only left spin. Like, and besides like the third Beyblade, like they're like rankings wise the best left spin user. Bob is probably our best string launcher user. Our best defensive player is third. Actually, no, our bet. No. I think it's between Bob and Fatic Shock personally, in our community that are best with string launcher. Yeah. And that's
Okay.
and Fatic only has attended one quarter on our season. This is their second quarter, and they're already
Mhm.
top 8. Like that's how consistent they've been with string.
Good for
That's
him.
pretty good.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
really good for him. Well, did we have any more questions there, Val, from the YouTubes? Because I have one from TikTok. And this
I got one more. I'm interrupted.
Yeah,
go for it.
you two go ahead. YouTube's all done. YouTube is done.
Okay, YouTube.
So I've kind of been like thinking about trying to almost put together a like map of bladers and like signature combos from their area. So I'm going to start with you because I haven't got to ask this question to anybody else. Do you think your community has like kind of a signature combo type of thing that doesn't really get seen anywhere else? Kind of just as an example, like Meteor Elevate's getting more popular in a lot of places, but a couple of us just started running it one week and it's just popped up everywhere in our brackets.
Warn Meteor on Teal Elevate. Yeah, it's gonna get it's busted. It's Loki gonna get
Yeah.
busted.
And it has to
So
be
if you
the
had to
teal
pick like
elevate.
one signature combo.
It has to be. Yeah.
It
Yeah,
does.
can't be the pink or can't be that whale blue. Has to be the keyless shark elevate, which is so good.
So I have a spreadsheet of all the combos this season. And the most used obviously is 160 Hexa on Wizard Rod, but
Yeah.
probably the second is going to be probably Shark on Stamina, either on Low
Okay.
Orb or on Free Ball. For this quarter, there's been a very big resurgence of Stamina. Probably because I won like 2-3 tournaments in a row with it.
We had the exact same thing happen here. So we had a bunch of our guys go to bunch of our guys go to Red Lion, and right after that tournament, we had a bunch of guys in our scene running Tall Arrow because Spandy won with it. And we
Yeah.
had a bunch of our guys running Stamina Shark because it plays like really well at those tournaments.
Yeah, 160. I started using 160 low orb, and then I swapped to 160 free ball just for that extra stamina. It's already
Okay.
lower than everything,
I
but
might
yeah,
I might
it has to be
need
the blue free ball.
Yep,
blue.
100%. I'm wondering if the Valor
one's that?
Bison free ball is a new mold free ball. That might be better if it is, but I haven't gotten my hands
There's
on
also
it.
a purple free ball coming out, I think, with
What's the
Oh, in
blue
the
free
random
ball?
booster, yeah?
Mhm.
What's the blue free
Yeah, that
ball?
one will probably be. It's the Shark Scale deck set free ball. Light blue.
Oh, so I probably have it then.
It has to be the blue one, not
Yeah,
the
I
Silver
agree.
Wolf one.
Not the yellow one.
100% agree.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right, Cake, what question you got over there?
All right, so this can kind of go for any of us actually. You guys think people should support scalpers or just buy it from them at all, or not just
Oh,
or just not buy from them at all?
Do not buy.
Yeah, do not buy from scalpers. They are literally, yes. Yeah, just don't. Scalpers are, yeah.
No scalpers, no scalping. Honestly, like we have like it's such a big boom right now, and for
Yes.
example, like one of my friends' coworkers just got into it. He spent $100 on a shark scale booster, and it
Oh.
if we I don't think the scalpers understand because they're just making money and they're money focused. But for Beyblade X to have that longevity and have that sustainability, most importantly, is we have to be able to give these new players blades that are going to give them a chance to play. Like I
Yeah.
think Wizard Rod is super easy to get right now, even though I think we're having a little bit of a shortage over
Yes.
here with Wizard Rods.
Mhm.
Um,
You can
but
still
it's
find
just
you could still find the yellow ones maybe at like Target or whatever, Target, Walmart, and then maybe if you're lucky the green ones at Five Below. But other than that, they are pretty hard to find.
I think Con found a green one at Walmart last night. They do exist at Walmart sometimes.
Yeah,
still,
I'm not
too.
saying that they're 100% gone. They're just a lot
Mhm.
harder to find nowadays than what they used to be like even 2 months ago or so. Like I remember sending a picture to Wacko because I heard he was looking for some green rushes, and I sent him a picture of like 3 green wizard rods at Five Below.
Oh, yeah, I went to that Five Below next day and bought one or two of them actually. But
Or yeah.
Yeah, I
it's
guess
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
remember
follow up
when
to
the
that.
green one was out of production for a while.
Yeah,
Oh
I think right now it's very easy to say try to avoid buying product from scalpers whenever possible.
yes.
I understand sort of if you're about to go to the Hasbro qualifier and you want to try to rep the US at Worlds. If you think Shark Scale is your best bet and they require it to be a Hasbro one, I get it. If you want to bet on yourself and think that's going to win it for you and you go pay $90 for one on eBay, I'm not saying it's great, but I understand the circumstances, you know?
Yeah.
But in general, you shouldn't, you know?
There you
I
go.
and then what I would say too, and I won't name any specific stores, but I'll just kind of say this generically. The market's already really high right now. So as consumers and fans of Beyblade, if y'all are noticing that certain stores really seem to be taking advantage more than they should be, of the market, maybe stay away from those places for the time being because prices are already expensive enough right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I accidentally sent Cake. I was messaging someone mid conversation. I think I sent you 3 pictures of this dude on Macari selling shark scales.
God, I've seen that guy. 80, $90 for all of them, I'm
Yeah,
guessing. Yep.
110.
Ridiculous.
Oh
I
my
saw one on
god.
I caught
Oh
one
my
on eBay
god.
earlier.
Show
And
the
they're
chat.
sold.
Show the chat.
What
Oh.
happened?
I'm betting those listings are sold. I see them sold for 80, 90 all the time. It makes me
I took a
so
screenshot,
sad.
I think a day and a half ago. Yesterday? Yeah, yesterday.
Oh my god.
Oh, Wacko, I saw the funniest one earlier. Speaking of shark scale, I was on eBay this morning, okay?
Yeah.
And somebody has a listing up, $90 they're asking, plus, I don't know, $10, $14 shipping, something like that. And I glance at it, and there's both a shark scale and a red Blast Pegasus, the B4 Blast Pegasus, right? And then some other stuff, and probably like a total of 18 blades or something. And I'm like, there's no way. And I zoom in on the picture, which almost seemed intentionally blurry. I'm not going to lie to you. And when you zoom in real close, you can see the shark scale is a lot shinier than it usually is.
Yeah,
And
that
and
funny
and I
flame brand one.
yeah, and I do know the Red Blast Pegasus is also one that's reproduced at a pretty high rate over in Asia. And so I messaged the guy because I'm pretty sure, and I messaged him, I'm like, are these all authentic TT or Hasbro Beyblades? And he's like, all but 2 of them was his response. I'm like, I bet I can guess which 2 those
I
are.
wonder which ones those are gonna be.
Oh,
Because it was too
wow.
good of a deal. You know, you don't get a Shark Scale and a Red Blast Pegasus and 16 other Beyblades for $90 right now. It's just not where the market is. You know,
No,
like
not even close.
No,
so.
that's shot, dude.
Now, real quick, I did have one more question. I know we're kind of running long, but Wayward asked something, and we've never really asked someone this before directly, and it was something we had talked about prior to going on the air, so I didn't want to touch on this. Um, you know, we had talked before this show about, you know, up here in Minnesota, we have a pretty diverse scene, and not in the sense of like, oh, people use different Beyblades, but in the, you know, the ages and the cultures and the, you know, sexual orientations, all these different things of the bladers who come out here in Minnesota. And Wayward wanted to know, do you guys have quite a diverse crew down in Tennessee or not as much?
We have a very diverse pool of players, from making sure that we have like age wise, we have like I think like a 12-year-old won a tournament like a couple months ago. And that was again that was our for our ranked tournaments. We have league ranked tournaments, and then we have like non-league tournaments that are not ranked. And he won a ranked tournament, so that was with like everybody that I took second to him. um, uh, so we have a very diverse pool of players from race and ethnicity. We have a huge diversity in that, and like sexual orientation for sure. Um, it's very cool to see when we go to like these like yesterday. It's very cool to see how diverse our booth is compared to everybody else's.
Yeah.
So that's something that I'm really prideful of, that we stay equitable and for not only age groups but also make sure it's a safe space for all of our bladers. um I one thing that I had an issue a couple months ago, like making sure that our venues are inclusive enough, making sure that we go to a TCG store that makes sure that they're LGBTQ friendly, or at least just friendly, um,
Mhm.
and
Oh,
making
were you
sure
were
that
you guys formerly at a venue where there was like hateful language being thrown around or something like that?
no, it's just to prevent any issues, I
Yeah.
always like to get ahead. So making sure that our venues, like I go into research if there's any issues with the venue. Like before we went to Clarksville and started a series there, I had to make sure like, hey, is this venue going to be like well for the community in that area? And it was. Funny enough, it has a strip club downstairs, but that's besides the fact. so so listen. So to get into the strip club, you have to go around the building and get into it. They're not connected.
Hey,
Okay.
listen, I can't say nothing. Cake and I were just up in Canada looking for that Aether Ring and Valor Bison, and we stayed at this hotel, and it was a
So
hotel,
shady.
and then it had a bar, and then it had a restaurant, and then it had a video arcade where you play like video slots. And then my favorite part, and these were all connected. Okay, you could go to all these things in the same building. A drive-through beer store open till 2 a.m. or some shit. Like it was wild. It was a wild time. Never again. There's also a
That's
giant
insane.
hole leaking in the middle of the lobby. It was a crazy place. Um, but yeah, so I'm familiar with those types of places. And listen, as long
Very
as the kids
familiar.
don't have to walk through the strip club to get to the Beyblade, it's
Mhm.
fine. You know, it is what it
Like
is.
I didn't find out until after I got there and people started telling me,
What a
because
surprise.
A lap
they
dance
kept
from
it
a
so
girl named
hidden.
Sugar.
Like I googled the venue, and it's not even on Google Maps, or at least you have to zoom in extra to, because you have to zoom in to look at the event, like because they'll do the notable, and then if you zoom in more you'll see more. So I had to zoom in a little extra more. So I didn't know that,
Hmm.
but yeah, it was everybody loved it.
Oh, I bet they
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, listen. If I can get a lap dance while playing Beyblade, you know, I mean, that's a lot of Bladers' dreams, probably. You know what I'm saying?
If I could have thrown my $40 store credit of Bazin bricks that day, I would have thrown it.
Oh my God! Hey, can I
I would
can
have
I get
thrown my
this in $1
certificate.
vouchers? $1 store credit
vouchers.
vouchers. Make it rain.
Oh
That's
my
wonderful.
god.
Yeah.
That is
But
That's
no,
wonderful.
back to the question. Yes, we have a very diverse group of people in our community, and I'm very grateful for that. Because when I go to these TCG stores, there's only a very very plain or a lot of people that are not very expressive. And when we go to these places and we're there, we're like the light of the show. Yeah, we're loud, but we're all really good friends with each other, and we always talk, and there's never a major amount of issues when we're there. I'm like noise at TCG stores, that makes sense, but luckily, like, because we've grown so much at Middle Tennessee Gaming, Tuesdays are after 4 o'clock. It's only Beyblades. Nobody walks. They close the store because we make so much for them on that day. Um, Compared to some other venues that they're still doing like a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament and then it's a Beyblade tournament next to it. So we have to make sure I make sure that uh I just got a text message from a friend and they said not you talking about rating Beyblade vouchers at a strip club. Um uh, but no, yes, we're very diverse compared to other groups of other communities at the same venues that we go to.
I mean, that's great to hear. I like to hear when everyone feels that they're welcome and safe to come play with their community.
I'm gonna
That's a
get
good
clipped,
thing.
aren't I? Am I gonna?
Probably.
I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, make it rain Beyblade
It's
vouchers.
like, oh, you're the Beyblader that has Beyblade tournaments at strip clubs, right? It's like, no, there's context to it.
I mean, you could be
Yeah,
known
But
I love
as
it.
you could be known as so much worse than just that kind of guy. So
Yeah,
Oh,
hey,
I
man.
think you're good.
yeah, sex work is work, okay?
Hey,
So
20,
It's gonna
20
be
anyhow,
it's gonna be that clipped or me saying that the reason why I don't like WBO is because I'm not a TO there yet. Those are gonna be the
Yeah.
two clips that two people are gonna clip me saying bureaucracy because it's such a big word. Uh, and it's gonna be that, and then it's gonna be is like, wow, this guy is all over the place.
Man,
He loves strippers and hates the WBO. Get him out of here. That's what they're gonna say.
or
Outta
some
here.
people are gonna love that about you. That's
Yeah.
It's like, oh
that's the
my
other
god.
thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's the thing. At the end of the day, I like the WBO mostly pretty fine, but if somebody else doesn't, that's totally cool. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
People are allowed to have different perspectives, and that's healthy. What's right for my scene might not be right for your scene, and vice versa, and that's okay.
Right.
We all love Beyblade. We're all brought together by this common hobby, and you do what works for your community. And that's what's most important, is to keep your local community strong.
True.
So now, Cake, are we on to event time?
Yeah, so right now Vile is going to be talking about upcoming Minnesota events. So Elder, if you have any up and coming events as well, we will give you the floor for that as well. So Vile, go ahead.
All right, so I'll go ahead and start. Tomorrow, Kraken hits ranked 4 p.m. doors, 5 p.m. start time, $10 entry. There's a few slots left. Go ahead and fill them. We've had a lot of drops the last couple of days, so there are some slots open. Go ahead and get those filled up. Let's hit the cap. Let's get it done. Following that, we have July 4th weekend, so I don't believe there's anything scheduled as of now. Maybe someone will throw together a free play. Who knows? We'll have to see. The following weekend, Sam on the 11th is having a tournament at Kraken Hits. It's going to be something more casual, I'm sure. A lot of players are going to be out of town for Chicago that weekend. So if you're looking to get an easy win without Wacko and Wayward and Egg and all them there, Joe Star, that would be the time. So look for that coming up on WBO soon. The weekend after that, I've heard some hemming and hawing. There might be something, but I don't know for sure. What I do know is that Izzy's Con in South Dakota is that Saturday. So that's more of something you could probably do as a day trip. So if you want to come out for that, go ahead and hit people up. We'll try to do some carpooling and stuff, get as many players out there to IzzyCon as we can, win that Infinity Stadium or that Valkyrie Vault or whatever it is your goal is. Get that done. The following Saturday, we do have another event at Kraken Hits. That's going to be a team event. It's probably going to have my new band list of Arrow, Wizard Rod, and Shark Scale. Probably also Valkyrie if the availability and the pricing stays the way it is right now. But we'll see. I'll make an announcement on that soon. I believe that Sunday there's also maybe going to be a metal fight event. I would assume at the Minneapolis Library. Don't quote me on that. That's just a rumor right now, but there could be. So keep your eyes open if you like metal fight. And then going into August, I can now officially announce that we do have an event at the Broken Clock Brewery on, I believe it's Saturday, the 15th of August. Does that sound correct, everybody? Yeah, that's correct.
I don't know.
And yeah, and that'll be doors at 4, start time 5. And that's going to be a new format. We're probably going to have an 80 player cap, give or take. Maybe
Wow.
64, but possibly 80. And that's going to be double elim. So that's going to be kind of the first time, at least that I've been around, that we're going to run double elim. That's going to be great. There's going to be more information on that in the coming days, but we did just lock in the venue. We did just lock in the time slot. So look forward to that.
Is that
I'm also
21?
going to.
Is that 21 plus?
So 18 to enter without an adult. 21 plus to drink, obviously, but any age can attend as long as if they're under 18, they need to have a parent or guardian. So it is friendly for everybody. So T-Dog and Slushy Man and Weird Blader, all of them are welcome. They just need to have a parent or guardian in attendance, which they always do. So that'll be great. And it's a really cool venue. Anyone who hasn't been there should come and check it out. Only a $5 entry for that, so it's gonna be nice and cheap. So we're gonna have a lot more promotional materials out for that soon. I'm also gonna have an event sometime in August. I don't know the date yet. I got to get with Kraken. And then obviously the 21st through the 23rd, we have Contact, which is Wayward's ginormous 3-day event at the Crown Hotel and Plaza, something like that in Plymouth. The flyers are all over and the registration's open. If you have any questions, just hit Wayward up on Discord. He can send you the link, I'm sure. And then obviously the Hasbro GP on the 5th. That's probably what my event in August is going to be. Is I'm going to wait and see what they're doing at the earlier events here in the US for the GPs, and I'm probably going to run a practice event. So
Better get your sneak attacks.
Well,
in.
Don't say that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's probably what my August event is going to be is running a practice for that. And so I mean get your knee pads strapped on, get ready to play on the floor. Get ready for the sneak attack stadiums.
Amazon Prime Days has some good knee pads up on sale right now.
Oh my God.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that's
just
kind of our
saying.
upcoming schedule, guys. If you have any questions, you can shoot me a DM. You can shoot Cake a DM, Wayward, whoever you feel like you need to. Psycho Pomp if it's about Broken Clock, because he's kind of the head of that. And we'll get you filled in and get you all the information you need. But all that stuff should be coming up on the WBO soon if it's going to be there. Things like Contact are just run through Challonge. So that's where all the sign-ups and the payment and all that stuff is. So if you have questions, reach out and we'll get you situated. Elder, did you want to hit on any upcoming events in your area?
Yeah, so one of the main reasons why I'm here today is because I host Beyblade tournaments at strip clubs. But no, the main reason I'm here today is I want to give a huge shout out to AkaiCon for letting us be at their convention. Tomorrow, we're going to have a big tournament. Thank you, AkaiCon, for supporting us. Thank you, Middle Tennessee Gaming, for sponsoring the tournament and vending for us, as well as Mall of Toys and Bays and Bricks for sponsoring the event, making it possible for us to even be able to make it more notable. It's going to be streamed. If you go to Rakdos Punk 19 on Twitch, it is. Let me get how you spell that.
That's okay.
It's gonna be
don't worry about it.
RAKDOSPVNK 19 twitch.com. We're gonna be streaming the tournament tomorrow. Besides that, we're gonna have 3 tournaments next month. One big one that we're gonna have is the teams tournament. Back because of popular requests, we're gonna have the teams tournament. Then on July 11th, we're gonna be at the next level game, the next level games, July 11th, and then we're gonna go to McMinnville, an hour away from Nashville, July 18th, and then back at the end of the other month is gonna be Middle Tennessee Gaming, July 28th. And if you got anything from me today, please make me a WBO tournament organizer. I've submitted it like 3 times.
Well, maybe you should stop hosting tournaments at strip clubs. That might be your first start.
that might be
Oh,
the issue. No, but
that
please.
was the that was the problem in his write-ups. He was saying, and I always make sure I tip the strippers well when we're at our events, and they were like, "Whoa, what's going on here?"
Don't forget to
No,
tip
but-
your strippers and your bartenders.
Anybody from WBO, please review my documents.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, without further ado, that is the end of the episode. So I do appreciate all the love and the support, and really appreciate Elder for coming out today, taking time out of his schedule, and actually proving to us that he might be the best Tennessee Beyblader. But if you have any worries about it that he is not, go check out that event this weekend. It's going to be a great time. It sounds super cool. So go ahead, take that place from him, show him who the real #1 Beyblader is in Tennessee. But we did reach that 200 follower mark over on Spotify, so appreciate each and every single one of you guys for letting us hit that follower mark. Next episode, we will be talking about all the giveaway information and everything else like that. BasinBricks.com, use code SpinZone. Mall of Toys, use code SpinZone Podcast at checkout for a discount on all of those sites. Yeah, I think that's about it, guys. And appreciate Wacko for taking time for being a little co-host up on this episode. And up until next time, guys, so long, stay safe out there. Have a great and awesome rest of your day. Take care. Much love.